especially on this map. And on the defense is where they start.
All right. We've got 100 Thieves on defense. We got Sentinels on attack. And we've got a full pass and stack over towards B, where the Astra kind of gets solved. Oh boy. Oh, like we're sending it.
They push forward. John Cutie starts us off with first blood. Util cycling back and forth. Doesn't look like 100 Thieves wants to give up the space too much. They will continue to push back Sentinels to figure out how much they want this B long position.
And your TP's over towards their Fawns. The group is a 3.
And now we get into
what do we
the
do?
mid-rounding where
Zelsis tries to
remember what the Zekins just talked about in the
walk
video,
out and they
where
just
it
react.
comes down to adaptability. If they're not facing against something that they're used to, they kind of just crumble. And this is a perfect example right here with this double duelist that 100 Thieves are coming out with. And we're in this mid-mark where Sentinels are kind of
so they never have to worry about
giving up here this B
behind.
Rotate in the very beginning because they were getting pressured by 100 Thieves. But they're slowly going back into this split.
Yeah, they're very healthy. Easy to keep peeking that long side. 100 Thieves are going to sniff this out and start leaning back to the correct way. Seeing the stars go down, they try and position for a bit of defense, but this street lurk could be huge once the engage happens. EU's eyes are on that position. Oh, but his eyes get closed really fast. Lights out for
Xander's
him.
Gonna kill everyone. Wait, nice shot.
Xander just able to creep around the backside of the site now as he waits for Cryo to come in. Zelsis and John Cutie trying to pressure the plant.
10 seconds left. Spike planted.
Oh, slowly.
Low HP, 14.
Ever so quiet is able to get that first one, and just a sliver of health here for
you would imagine.
It looks all too over here in favor of 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I think Xander messed up by tapping.
Zelsis says no, does find out where Cryo is, gets out another finds. Starts to delay a little bit more.
Yeah, don't want to set that one off.
Shots in the ghost. Knows the defuse is a fake, sees the leg, gets to play the time, gets to play the
position. Oh my god, he actually owned him with the Fawns in the end. Oh my god, I cannot believe he's won that. That's so wild. They definitely messed up by tapping the spike. He tapped the spike and he's surrounded by the Fawns, and then he knew that he had to be on the spike or like near the area because he couldn't move anywhere. They managed to just spam him off. And then he misses the Fawns, and then owns him with the missed Fawns. He locked them in. He locked them in twice with the Fawns. Crazy.
Big battle coming in from both sides from the pistol round. And it ends on a 1v1. Beautifully played by Zelsis, and Sentinels continues with early aggression on the A side, but so far for 100 Thieves, they've been reading the correct stacks from the pistols to the second
shot
round.
the fast Fawns. Oh, okay. Then why is he standing in the place to get spammed?
Arsenal at the point.
They kind of played 1v1.
Looks like finally they'll decide otherwise. Falling back from that smoke, giving a chance here for Sentinels to potentially take control of this long A and the orb, but they're just using this
they kind of just misplayed it, but
to insert
got him into that situation in the first place, so I can't be super mad.
Yeah, they look around.
Everyone buys heavy into this one.
Last time Sentinels did.
3 heavy armors, 2 regen.
On the map, so they don't have to fully regain any position with too much utility.
Big map manipulation. So Zekin already TP'd back with everybody else. You see here now the inserts on the initiator of Narrate instead. So at that minute mark, they're trying to see if 100 Thieves are going to try to push out. But 100 Thieves have found a little gap.
Yeah, they got a good timing. And Boostio might hear them. Does hear them.
It's going to keep the 2 players towards the A side ready to go.
Nice shot.
Ooh.
Does he get out of here?
Did not expect that push up that far from 100 Thieves on this round after having sourced the map. Sentinels get caught off a bit, and the same thing goes for
they work out the ones here. We've still got 20 seconds.
Through mid, and now he gets to play the push and pull on the
That's
backside.
not this pause always farms, man. Teams need to start spamming it. That is giant for 100 Thieves. 3 gun upgrades as well. The late push over towards middle. Boostio hears them, get to the shot. They don't get enough from the flank coming in. And Asuna really owned it. Yeah, that pause is so strong.
Thrifty.
Nice! Yo! Same thing as us! Yo,
chest pounding coming from both sides.
Yeah, everyone's pounding the chest, man.
The third round now is going to be phantoms almost across the board. We still see Boostio with the lower buy, but Sentinels with a death ball looking to clean
Rough
up one of
start for
those weapons and
Sentinels
see if they
purely
can't pull back a
because
little
now
bit
it gets worse.
with some
3
power.
guns,
Exactly. Pack
3
mentality.
upgrades, 3 people
You already
good
have a
money.
TP back towards the
All
spawn.
down to an
100 Thieves are
eco.
in a
They're
good
going to get
spot here to just
ults.
have the numbers to
I say they're going to get
stop
ults
this
early, but
push.
Zelsis going to get
Tough
his
spot for
fast.
Xander. He's gonna have to spray a bit.
Zelsis
That's gonna be
does
a
have his
Phantom in the
ult.
hands. Oh,
pick
but
up a
what
gun.
is that? Zelsis? Narrate crabs. It
Zelsis
has to plant
definitely
towards
needs
the right
to-
side now.
Spike planted.
He might consider ulting
towards the
this.
church.
He's got flash. Oh, double
Big
molly.
fly
Wait, he
assault
can
coming out
delay
from
for
Zelsis
so
from how he
long.
popped off on the first and second round. That's going to delay the retake even more for 100 Thieves.
Launching thorns.
Keeping that Phantom protected here. You see it right in front of Zelsis on narrate. They start to move in. Forefront of this is going to be Asuna to make the distractions, break the
Asuna did
crosshairs. The rest
so
of 100
much,
Thieves
chat.
come through with shots over the shoulder of their teammate to clear the site. And John Cutie Sheriff has to really ring true here if they're going to find anything.
Asuna did a
Cryo
lot
cleans
here,
that
though.
up.
Managed to
A
beat
nice
the flash,
job
and then when the
making
rest of his
sure A was
teammates got
clear.
flash, he just
Another round
swings
for
out
100
heavy
Thieves.
and
Very
draws
good
all
for
of their
100 Thieves, so you're
crosshairs
not
to the
split up
right.
here on that retake. It was a long rotate back.
I feel like
after
Asuna's been
the Visal
pivotal
from
in both
Zelsis
of the
was
rounds that they
popped
got
out.
so far.
Staying as a pack mentality on the defensive side allows for you to have better trades here with better weapons. Again, the only thing that they had on the side of Sentinels was that Phantom picked up by Nari when Xander got caught a little bit off, but in the end, still a good round for 100 Thieves, still very clean, no shenanigans coming through, back for Sentinels. And we talked about the op now. At the desk here from Wine, already is about to get tested.
Isn't the Neon meta
Crowd
over?
cells
I mean,
looking to
yeah,
get
but
control
doesn't
on
mean
the
that
top of B.
the agent's not good. It's just not overpowered
Fairly slow
anymore.
for Sentinels, though. They are just trying to expect maybe that type of Euro peak TP away, so they just want to play it a little bit safe in the very beginning. They also don't hear too much initiator utility coming out. Finally, as the Prowler comes through, they know here that EU's playing towards Art. I'll try to push him back.
How? They have fawns that go here.
Super quiet. And everybody's kind of on a solo mission right now.
Yeah.
With that safety of gate crash, it's easy for Zekin to look for that first kill. You see the same thing as you were saying from Cryo, still pushed up long. So that information to be sourced, that Sentinels is definitely working the middle of the map because you also have Boostio and Asuna so far up street.
Everybody could be heavily focused towards the middle A side because of this position right here from Crowd.
Yeah,
Even
and this
holds
might
for
force them to
information.
go
This now
fast.
confirms the hit towards the A
Oh,
side,
that
and
delays
Sentinels
them for
knows
so
that they have to
long.
come through, but the
Rotate
decoy
3
brings up
is
the
going to
wall,
get here.
and that would actually even slow things down
I
even
say
more.
rotate 3.
And now 100 Thieves
Honestly,
are
the
in a
Yoru
perfect
might even
spot
get here in time.
once again to stop the push from Sentinels.
They still have Boostio on that lurk, so the focus is now towards A site. Zekin's trying to open this for his team. Maybe some util over the shoulder to gain that space. But it's just going to be some of the dry peaks.
Big
Relay
stun.
bolt coming out. Yeah, that's going to be a hit and no more movement forward. But Narek still finds Cryo.
Whoa,
They're trying
whoa,
to peek
whoa.
out of the woodwork, and these are the shots coming in favor of Sentinels until 100 Thieves close in from each side.
Could have gone a lot worse.
Just Boostio left after the firefight inside the site.
And they don't know where he's at. It's been a while here since the action has continued.
It's a great shot from John at the end here.
Judy off that plan. Very nicely done as Sentinels are able to tie
feel
things
like
up 2-2.
100 Thieves are going to be a little bit gutted, but they did okay damage.
With the information that they gathered, the wall that stopped things up, the stuns that came through from Austin.
Why is no one
Towards
ever
the
holding
end,
the
the
planet
refresh
for
out from the util
Sentinels?
from Sentinels to re-hit
Yeah,
back
a little
towards
bit
the
of
site.
flashback here.
They're actually pretty good in those protocols.
If Xander had
That
committed,
space taken, space used, you saw
it's so funny because Xander here
walking up
probably
through,
could
getting
have
that
killed
art
John,
area. Really
but
nice job coming in from the side.
he's
Sentinels
expecting
just Zekin just freely moving, and they said, "Let's
he's
see
expecting Sentinels to
if
have
they
a
can
better
do a little bit
a better
more
setup
damage
than they
here."
have,
Some ults coming
and
online,
doesn't
some
like feel like
advantage.
he has enough time to
Big
actually
ones for sure.
transfer.
We
Like
start
he's so
towards
sure
Art,
that someone's
already
going to be
spotting
Art
two, but nobody
in a
to help
position
out
to
on
cover
that,
the
but that's
spike
gonna
and
help
trade
here.
him.
Sentinels start pushing forward, and even the wall from
See,
behind.
he's kind of
Also
expecting
trying to close
Sentinels to
the
be a
gap
little bit
against
more
the
drilled than they actually were.
Oh, he does hit Zelsis before he gets behind the smoke. Zekin joins the team, has to get out of dimensional drift. Narrate will
Weird
watch
round,
the
man.
flank here, but it's
Wow.
actually a ruse. Asen has already run back.
And getting that pick or also forced out the Armageddon from John Cutie. Sentinels were ready to split towards
Yeah.
this A side, and it's so smart here for Austin to fall back, play
Yeah,
the numbers,
this
and also
this
waste the time
position's
out of
sick as
Sentinels.
well.
Now they only have a fatal to
Yeah,
move forward and
and
try
then
to
you just go
retake a
back
site.
to another
At
angle.
this point, it might be we have to re-clear with util. We give our positions
Wait,
away.
is
but
Asuna
the
just
nightfall might be the key thing. So Narek
incredible
has
at
to
the
stay up
moment,
so
I
far,
feel like.
but he's about to peak up against Boostio.
They have this backpedaling
Pivotal in the
information.
2
Now,
rounds
Boostio
that they
can stay
won.
safe, but look,
Looking
Asena's
pivotal
still
in
pushed
this
up. They
one.
didn't stay too
Boostio caught
safe
out in the
there.
open.
A nice pick off by Sentinels, pressuring mid. They still have a lot of work to do. Inserted is Bang. But they got about 30 seconds to get back to this site, and they're going to have to work through 3 members of 100 Thieves to get that spike down.
Should be a lot easier, though, as we mentioned, this Nightfall available. That should hit all 3 of them if they don't fall back. And it should be an easy take. But a grab well and a spam through.
Beta gets a lot.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Great
cannot
utility
believe
usage.
the Sentinels won this.
One for Asuna. Dashes it into the smoke, tries to get that spam, see where they might be. Wait, goes in the ultimate.
Whoa.
They're gonna peek it, they're gonna swing it together.
Okay,
Beautifully
Sentinels
done by
steal
Sentinels
around
in the moment
and
to take the round.
oh man, Boostio's got to apologize for that one. I don't know what he's doing.
But thankfully, the fundamentals continue here for Sentinels.
Like Asuna
It's
did
been
so
chaotic
much
so far
good
every
work,
single time
and then
that
it
they've
just got
went into
all
these hits on
erased
the
from
attack
Boostio
side
getting caught out in the
of
open
Sentinels.
here.
And we keep going back and forth. I'm just loving so far the communication and positioning from both of these teams. And it comes down
Jesus,
to these
look at
raw
that peak.
fights where whoever steps up to the plate, whoever feels it more is going to take it. It's Narrate. He's been pretty good and consistent so far. And although an emotional player, he's actually bringing the vibes up for sure with how he's opening up these
Yeah,
sites.
I mean, I think this timeout's good. I don't even think they need to
Fantastic
change up their
job
play.
all
Just
around. The mid-round calls are
couple
so
of-
good from both teams.
couple of
100 Thieves
mistakes.
in great position to see where the calls are coming from, and John Cutie and the squad, like you said, knowing they have Nightfall, well, it gets the most value where they think we're going. So right on A, and they're able to push on through.
Yeah. I got to say, though, at least in the 5 rounds that we've seen so far from 100 Thieves, they've been, again, doing a great job understanding where Sentinels start on their defaults, or at least in the round.
Very true.
Keeper,
The
what are you
pistol round,
saying,
they
man?
had the perfect stack. Anti-eco
Why are you
as
like
well.
this
Then you
sometimes?
have that push from Asuna, but what happens after that is
Keeper, go play
once
DM
they
or something, man. Come on.
stuff Sentinels, they are actually the ones that decide to fall back a
Maybe
little
we
bit
should
more
ban you.
and give Sentinels a little bit more space to work with. So instead of closing that gap and tightening it up,
What the hell?
it gives a chance here for Sentinels to really move in and push the forefront and get those perfect trades and not get too much value of those that are able to flank in the very beginning. So I'd like to see a little bit more pressure coming out from Sentinels. Sorry, from 100 Thieves.
Right.
Something that they did a lot during kickoff as well.
You're playing Marvel
Definitely gonna
Rivals,
favor
you're in
Sentinels double
Grandmaster.
initiator
Yeah,
comp.
but
They
mate,
can work a little bit with
can't
that
anyone
push
get
and pull.
Grandmaster at the beginning of
If
that
100
game?
Thieves do give
It's
them
the
a
same
window
as
to work
Overwatch,
with,
mate.
There's that pressure.
That window gonna shut though.
Beautiful flash. That almost caught Zelsis there, and thankfully for that flash, they pushed him back, and Sentinels now knows that the pressure's up on middle. But a smoke's gonna keep them from working a little bit here into the A site. We get to that mid round. 100 Thieves again. Great stack in the very beginning. Do they actually want to continue to push the tempo against Sentinels?
Let him have
Fantastic
something.
sees there from EU too. Just how everybody walking.
I'm kind
away
of good
Mark,
on
so
30
Sentinels
hours
was pretty
in.
stopped on
This,
that
mate,
entryway
you
with
kind
the
of just
smokes
answered
that
your
they
own
had coming
question.
in
In 30
from,
hours in, you've
Xander.
got the best rank.
Nice little communication, and now this.
feel like anyone can
again,
do it.
this re-hit. The time Sentinels has to think, where they can always pick apart the map so far.
Yeah. And for 100 Thieves, you can see it in the mid mark there.
There's a higher
Just sticking
rank.
together,
Wow,
they
he's
do
not
have a
even
low
bragging
buy.
about the highest rank.
So it makes
That's
sense at this
crazy.
point, so you're hoping that you're reading correctly on this stack, and so far so good. Asuna will be the first at the point. Just got caught in the high gear, but still gets the kill at the second. But it's a 4v4 with 37 seconds left. Nobody else has showed their hand, so this gives a chance here for the
Xander might
stack to
own
still
it.
work.
Marked, so they know they can get around the corner here to Xander,
Ooh,
but he
this is
wasn't cleared by
patient
the
though from
Prowler on this.
Sentinels.
Backside util fired out. Zelsis with 2 with the Phantom through a few smokes here as they start to clean up the rest of the members hanging out from 100 Thieves on
Imagine
the
he
A
hit
site.
the
Sentinels
shot,
bring themselves
and
to
John would have
4.
been super low HP.
Great damage done though by 100 Thieves.
All right, give me the big buy rounds.
All the
Give me
big
the big
flashes are
rounds.
huge for Sentinels to save these rounds. And of course, Narrate picking up the last kill again. Can we get the turtle Hans in the chat?
Baby. Nice job. Let's go.
Huh?
Yo, what is this?
All right. We go back in. Round
Okay, Astro
7
for
off there
Astro.
for
So we
Cryo
get the mind
again.
games in this one, and
Certainly gonna slow
Boostio
things down
does
a
have
bit.
Visor. We still, okay, we do get the op out. That's like the main thing for 100 Thieves. It should always be priority to try get Cryo and op, especially when he's probably on an agent to make sure that he can op.
Sentinels are still trying to see what this drone does by pushing cryo cells away, if 100 Thieves are actually going to react more towards middle. So they're just waiting for these pincer maneuvers that 100 Thieves may be cooking up with. And that's just going to be a stalemate at the very beginning.
They like this art play. At least getting a little bit of space to see how 100 Thieves will react. There's a few times they push in. No noise made on this time. Or maybe they did. It's actually a lot of respect given from 100 Thieves to prowl out who might still be there. Okay, now, yeah, they definitely made noise.
Yeah, they're fighting this heavy. Do they just
Well, they
scrap
get a
the
lot of
art
util out of
pressure and
100
just
Thieves
accept
there.
it? Yeah, they do.
Also, you see the setup from 100
45
Thieves.
seconds.
Usually the vice
This is
wall
nice from
always
100
goes up
Thieves,
towards
knowing
that
that they're
long
going to
beam,
scrap
right,
this and
to
try and pivot
snub
over
the cross.
towards B,
But
especially
because
once they have
run with
the
this
pressure
rifle,
from
with
B.
this op, they're going to count on him first.
A
so they can use the
four-person
wall
stack
somewhere
from
else
100
and
Thieves
have
on
more
B?
focus of
Dude,
defense
how
on
do
the
they
A side.
possibly lose
With
this?
that said, now we got 30 seconds left. Everybody grouped up for Sentinels for the re-hit towards the A site, and once again, Cryo is about to get tested. Easy kill in the first.
He ran out with the skills out.
Dude, Asana?
We all do it. EU taking down another one. That op's going to be ringing free
25
towards the back of the
HP.
site still. And yeah,
Dude, they went
absolutely
for the-
stopped in their tracks here.
Went for the Astral.
With under 15 seconds left, that is going to be a save for the side
I mean,
of
yeah, they
Sentinels.
needed
As
something.
100
It's a
Thieves
big
go
win
through
for
this
100
one
Thieves, to be
flawless.
honest. Everyone's surviving. Their money's literally in the bin, right?
That was a little
It's
bit
like they got
too much,
150
time
between them.
wasted out for Sentinels.
So
Again, that
the
2-1-2
3K
that
is
started.
huge.
Still didn't
They
get too
got
much information.
one armor
I think it's
rebuy,
our
that's
first
it.
B strat. Come
Yeah,
here
six
around
pistol.
7.
Like, it's like the
Pretty
best
much.
possible round for
Man.
them. And they got the Astral out of them.
So they probably weren't expecting anyone to be there, more anchored back in the site. But now they know that op is there. So
It's a
things
lot of
change
regen
here
on
and
this.
how late you can bring the round and who's going to be watching those hard angles towards site.
The thing is, they have to be wary if they're moving towards this A side, trying to avoid the op. There's always the Nightfall from EU.
How's
that can
100
really slow
Thieves
them
getting
down,
these
and they're always
reads?
leading
I mean,
heavy
this was
towards this A
kind
side
of
and the 100
basic in
Thieves, so
terms of they
Sentinel has to
shut
be ready
down
for that.
here.
And even look at
Or
the
they
change
shut
out
down
for
here.
100 Thieves.
There's
The
low
op is
time,
actually
40
moving towards the
seconds.
aim in as well, so it'll be
It
4
would be
players
rough
getting
to
ready
go
push
all the way
through.
over towards here and exec with
That
25
relay ball
seconds. Like, you kind of have to force through door.
Everybody, but they still get the
It's just how the map is with the time. They did great to shut down ARP, though.
To the other side here. Center
Dylan with the tier 1. Thank you with
That's
the 22
Scenaried
months.
with that haunt. Got the ping, sees some players towards the boxes, allows a free kill onto Asuna. TP is still up here for Cryo, so you could TP across towards the B site if needed be. But the rotate is actually going to.
Okay, this was nice from Sentinels, though. Get the kill. Good pressure here. Know that the rotate might have come in. Oh, the tag as well for sure stopped him. This is nice though. Like the angle of this ult looks good.
Dealing with Boostio as they get themselves situated with the spike down.
Dude, the improvement of the Teo. Oh,
Oh,
that's nice. The improvement of the Teo ult
Little bodyguardage.
from kickoff has been incredible to watch.
Keeping
Some of those
themselves
ults
pushed
were
off.
criminal.
Celsius ready. Push forward, looking for more. Trying to clean up one
Yeah,
more
you
for the
guys got to
ultimate.
save this
Yeah.
for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes hunting for it. That's a great call. But already the TP escapes.
Well, the thing that we're talking about from
Cryocells trying to save this
sorry,
up
the
for
thing
the
we're
next
talking
round.
about with 100 Thieves.
That's one of the
Thanks
things
to
here for
Sentinels
100
now,
Thieves with
loads
the
of money.
aggression. You get punished out of that with the Neon. I mean, it was something that was similar when we're pulling this Neon comp out with no Sentis on Lotus, for example. And you're forcing the team to be fairly active around the map. And when you lose one so early, there's just so many gaps to explore. And Sentinels read that perfectly to go back towards the middle street fight.
Yeah.
Knowing there was such a big focus of players leading towards A in the very beginning. The best thing that could have stopped him was basically Boostio if he had a setup of a Vise towards streets, but he didn't have it at that point. Yeah, he couldn't
God,
see
look
anything.
how- look how strong that
By
is.
the Armageddon.
Like
I
the
think
timing
that's
of
a
this
great
round is
point,
beautiful.
They're realizing that they're giving that window to 100 Thieves, so moving quicker, just absolutely executing off of that first push and not really giving a pull, just pushing on the other side too, throwing 100
I think both
Thieves
these
off
teams
and
are better than
catching
EG and
them in
2G,
the
yeah.
loop between sites. The op is still there for Cryo here.
Yeah, heavy lean towards the A side at the very beginning. Maybe to try to get the Vine.
Infed Val, thank you for the 28 months. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate the tier 1. Okay, nice and simple on this one. Yeah, pick up the orb, Vice all in. Problem is that 100 Thieves. 4 people here.
Making sure the damage goes through. They're seeing maybe if they can get a few more bits of ult, or util out rather,
Yeah.
and they hold it.
Yeah, I think they held on to it because both initiator util from the Prowler and the drone from John Q and Nary didn't spot anybody. So they weren't really sure if you're playing outside of site, already ready to play the retake. So they want to save it for a little bit later. This might now become a fake towards the A site unless they get great control towards Art and re-hit on the split.
Might be alright for
Always.
100 Thieves here. It's looking pretty good.
Nice
Pressure
hard
over
clear.
towards door as well. That
Put a
should in
little
theory
pressure towards that
keep 2
street.
towards B. But maybe they did the
There's
flash
actually
and
quite
got
a bit of
info
open
over
room
towards
the
B
back of the site here.
because
They're stopped by a wall again.
there was a rotate that was very early.
All right,
And
they got
he
a
used
little
now in the
awkward,
right
but they should
position
be
to use
all
the
right. I'm
fatal.
sorry, double initiator, right? They should have the util to make this happen. Oh my God, the
Yeah,
meat
that was
grinder.
nice, though. A little
Xander
higher,
and Asuna
lower.
Just unload. he swings it back.
15 seconds left. It will allow Sentinels to get a plan. And Celsius catches players off
Dude,
the
he
rotate.
could have got another here. Plant does go down.
There's no way they swing this round 2,
There's
right?
no way they're
They're
going to win
both
it.
low on HP for Asuna and for Narrate. An ult available on the post plan. This is actually a winnable situation for
See, look at the mind games of these two in Swan.
P has one tag there. They don't know
Big
what's gonna
shot
be
from
operator
Cryo.
coming out though.
Beautiful C's too.
Oh my gosh.
No way. That was
Too clean
wild,
for
man.
Narrate
Big
once
round
again.
from the right.
A big kill that he had onto Busio, where you thought here through the X-ray that he was going to be the one
Yeah,
getting
it's
caught
funny.
off guard. Panic, wins the shot, gets to the site, everything stays cool right after. But this position right here to start, again, was a beautiful setup for 100 Thieves.
Dude, that, I mean,
It
that setup
almost
is
seems
so
like a
good.
kind of
Even the
flow
rate's
here where
low.
We're going back to what Zekian was mentioning before. Adaptability is there right now for Sentinels, but it's not really there for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, if you're ever
Is that
looking at a
Rob-
round where a team
a
had
Rob
to
photo?
attack, that is a big check mark there for Sentinels.
Oh, that's a devastating round for 100
Back to the
Thieves to
pistol
lose.
round.
Oh my gosh, they
This time with
read
weapons.
this. They read it completely, but they're going to read the speed back onto him. Relay Bolt gets a few stuns there, but they're still trying to get the trades when Zekin is more than ready to return fire.
Wait, how's he
The
alive?
clone helps him out get out of that situation.
Wait,
Oh my god, they're just taking the fights.
2v4
Are we
into a
gonna find it?
2v4?
Where's Boostio?
Back-to-back
Where is
2v4s?
he? Oh, they're guaranteeing this one. Gift wrapped with the dimensional drift that they can find him.
The respect on the anti-eco, but unfortunately doesn't get the ace. And now a winning condition. Busio always good with the Sheriffs. Heard where the TP came out from.
Very nice, man. Gets the plan as well. Dude, it's a 2v4 into a 2v4.
On the day, the iBuy Power Ace coming through strong.
Last round was a 2v5? Wait, was it 2v5? I thought it was 2v4.
Look at that. The piss round was perfect. The small change coming through here from 100 Thieves was that they added
Either way,
more
it's
players
brutal
to push
rounds.
behind. Awesome, so they could fight towards that top.
Yeah.
But there's just so many players left for Sentinels.
Remember, each ace giving you the $100 gift card and $100
Just waving to the fans.
Power rewards. Hashtag
God, they're
unlock
wrecking
your
them,
ace
man.
on socials.
I feel like
Man, we've
100
got
Thieves are
quite
going
a
to watch
few
this back
week.
and be
They're
like,
being gracious.
should
It's
we not
awesome
have
to
like
see
8
coming into
rounds?
Stage 1 as well, that everybody
I think they're
is
going to watch
firing
it back
so
and feel
hot.
like it
Back to
should be
mid here
8-2.
as we're getting to round 11.
But the mistakes are there. The mistakes are there and the
Back to
individuals
counting on
are
EU to find
stepping
an
up
early
for
formation
Sentinels.
without the haunt prowlers to start at the very beginning. Leading out players, but as they're adding this pressure on this
Damn,
smart
the
side for
confidence
Sentinels,
is
they've also prowled towards the
outrageous.
connector so they could pinch through this. Escapes to safety at 150 HP still.
Somehow. Okay, they move out.
4 pass and reaction
Still
to
this
push
three pressure
middle.
towards A
I
site.
mean, yeah, it's pure
And
madness.
Asuna
I
takes
don't
down
blame
one
the
mid,
rate
though,
for
so
not
it's gonna be 4 pressure
considering
now,
it.
as That has to be John Cutie joining with the team.
I like that. Just the
At
fact
least
that they
100
pushed
Thieves
back
did it with
out.
numbers.
Yeah, caught him off guard, and now Cryo's holding alone inside the site, though.
The reaction
Oh
time
my God,
there, Cryo
permaflash.
understanding it's not going to be the right target. EU, everybody trying to dodge the ultimate, the overdrive from Austin. He slides in, he goes down immediately, though. Great reaction from the Sentinels as they turn around and they start to wipe
Where's
out
the
100
coordination?
Thieves.
Spike planted.
Nora Bustio's at. He just got the kill into Zelsis, moving towards the back site.
No way, man. Just taking time.
over the head of his
4K into a ace into
They
a
were so
4K.
separated for 100 Thieves
The
when
rate,
Arsenal went in.
Zek
Tried to
and
surprise
bang.
some players, but Sentinels continues to have such a great buddy system.
Who's next?
That's twice
who's
here that
stepping
the
up?
overdrive gets a little bit of damage, but there's just not enough DPS to get the players down, so the trade comes instantly.
And it opens it. He's like, man, these kill sounds are too loud. I got to turn them down. I'm hearing them too much. I'm hearing them too much. All right. Final
Yeah,
round of our first half.
trying to hide from the
A lot of
fade eye.
action in mid lately. Both teams trying to pressure each other a little bit more and get under each other's skin as we go back to the extremities on this last round.
It's just how fast they went.
So in
to
my
after
opinion,
100
right,
Thieves
you
decided to
kind of,
surprise them
the
on
reason
top
they
middle.
went for this
Sentinels
comp
are looking
mostly
very
is
well
Asina's
oiled
good
today.
on Neon, and Cryo
In
can
terms of
op
keeping the gears going
on
and controlling the first half on the
Yori.
attack. Now
Chat,
trying
how
to
many
play the
rounds do we
contact.
see
This is
Cryo
something
with an
new
ult?
coming out on their side.
Who?
Almost caught Busio off guard.
Question mark?
Oh, what a double peek. Nicely timed. The Guardian still doing damage now from all the way back in sight. And they just slow down this take.
One,
Cosmic Divide comes
it
up,
was
so there'll
at
be
least
protection wherever
two.
they want to go here.
Because he died here with an op,
That's
and then
maybe
he
the
had
silver
an op
lining.
here, 2 different rounds.
Oh,
I think
never
that's the
mind.
only
Jig is up.
rounds.
Yeah, even continuing ult for info. And even if they use a Cosmic Divide for a hit,
Round
still
4
have
and
the-
7, and that's it.
you still have the Vice ult out from Boostio for the retake. And just that ult and keep it in that spot. Cryo now takes full control of the A side.
Sheer activated.
I miss
here
when
by
100
John
Thieves used to do
Cutie.
that thing where they would save
Very
400.
difficult for Sentinels to get
Save
some good map
400
control.
for their pistols so they could get the op out early.
They'll start to move through the street. Guarded well by 100 Thieves here. They've split their forces.
He saved an op
I'd say
once, so they got it for
accordingly,
3 rounds.
just to delay this one, but it is going to be in power of Sentinels.
Yeah.
Ooh, trade through the wall. Nice delay. Trying to keep that angle from Sentinels getting into the site, and that's where they just start to crossfire down.
I was going to say, imagine it as well.
100
Man,
Thieves will get
Sentinels
a
is
final round for themselves here in the
unbelievable
first
to
half.
get
Well
8
done by
rounds
100
here.
Thieves to stay calm here in the last round, despite the Cosmic Divide and pulling out their ult. You already had Cryo in the front of the A main, so when he didn't hear any footsteps of players from Sentinels pushing through towards Bart, easy for them to hold the crossfire here towards B. So they find a silver lining as well on the attack. They're closing that gap. 8-4 going into the half.
That was their best.
I think we're into a very good game here going back into the second.
Can't wait to see what that double duelist comp does on the attack side. I'm also excited to see what Dryad's doing over in the streamer booth. What's going on?
I'm joined by 2 very special guests, Nicewick and Illum. Can we hear it for them? They're supporting 100 Thieves today, just like a bunch of people in the audience too. And Nicewick, I want to ask you, you said you've been on the esports grind. So what is something that Valorant has that no other game has?
I feel like I'm all about community when it comes to esports. I just love passionate fans. And coming from Apex, the community is so passionate about the
the
esport.
Apex guy?
And then I think seeing the Valorant Twitter and how much everyone cares about this esport in general, and also how much Riot cares about this esport, it really made me want to be a part of it a little bit more. So that's why I'm here today.
Yeah, everybody's so passionate. We know that for sure, especially for this matchup. And Illum,
He's
you
a
just got
Tarek
signed
of
to 100
Apex?
Thieves
Oh,
3
okay.
days ago. So tell me, why should everybody support 100 Thieves on this match today?
Because we're just the GOAT, you know? Just straight up, we're the best. There's definitely no bias here at all, you know? I'll be so real, I'm pretty new to the kind of Valorant Pro scene, but I've been really enjoying, the whole thing today has been amazing. I'm gonna be here like every week. Every single damn week I'll be here, I'm telling you. But
I might not be.
no, you will be, you will be.
Oh,
Agreed, we've agreed.
Every week. And that's what we want to see, guys. Now, it is 4-8 right now on this map.
Eebs with the
Predictions
Prime,
on how
thank
this
you
is
so
gonna
much.
end up.
Thank you.
It's not going great for us right now. I think we could all see that. But I'm expecting a little bit of a bounce back. So, 13-9 us.
13-9?
What about you?
You know what, I could see a 13-9. I could see a 13-9. We'll take that. Yeah, I'll agree.
Yeah, I think I'm also going 13-9. We're in the same wavelength here, right?
Wait, 100 Thieves?
Yeah, of course. And with that, we're gonna send it back to the casters. Yeah.
1 round for Sen on the second. All right. I mean, there's copium going around today, but they could be right. They could be right. The double duelist comp could come out firing. We've seen teams plan for this, and no, their attack side is stronger.
That's exactly it. Having double duelists on the side of 100 Thieves on the attack now. And Xander, potentially the one that's going to help open things up to support
Carries
Asuna.
Apex? Oh, really?
They're leaning
I'm
for a
respect,
split.
man.
Towards the B site at the very beginning. Boostio looking for a push towards A. Just trying to identify if Sentinels want to play aggressive themselves. But they're actually playing a little bit further back, trying to play double flashes to counteract on a push towards B long. And heavily lean towards
Did
B.
he spot it? He didn't spot it, right? This is a nice pistol.
Smoke goes up. It was going to be a dismiss, but they're going to fight through it
Oy,
here. Flash goes
that
out,
team
just
flash is rough.
preventing the kill there. Onto Zelsis, still has the hide onto column as Asuna is bringing around the fire
God,
now from
cry.
street, but Zelsis lives.
Wait, wasn't it team
He's
flash? It was
still
his own
giving him
flash,
hell
right?
here, and he's got Xander down to half. Oh, the right click just hits low, and he
God,
gets it.
this is a
again.
disaster
For
from 100
Zelsis.
Thieves, I'm not gonna lie.
Solo mode activated
There's
here
so
on
many
Beeline.
rounds where the coach must be
Finally,
losing
BU
his mind.
finds it, but it's only going to be so much. They return the favor very fast on that trade, and now Bang and Narrate have eyes on the
Falcon
spike,
Cat,
and
thank you
they're
so much for
working
the 5
together.
months. Thank
The
you, thank
util
you.
to support Zelsis around that. His own flash at the beginning, but then a recall smoke just to isolate the 1v1 at the top. Delays well enough here for the rotate from Sentinels, as they had their own battles to fight at the beginning towards street. Looks like the last 2 players kind of want to give it up, even if the spike is up.
30 seconds left.
I mean, if you look at that respect, Asuna slides in and shoots them both. Why not?
Well, you're forcing him to walk and re-clear every single angle. So
Yeah,
the more that
like
he
it's
does
gonna
that,
own
the
him.
more of the clock gets wasted down. So now he has no choice but to
They
make
got
noise,
fade eye as
go
well.
for the plant, and these guys could slowly close that gap, making sure that they keep the buddy system on his post plant.
Ooh. Hey, he gave that a really good try though. Fair play. Managed to
it
dodge
looks
the
that
fade eye as
sketchy,
well.
You wonder, but no, they had it. Sentinels still trading off each other. They're
Oh,
narrate
dude,
nice and
this
healthy. to get
self
the
flash
final
from
frag
Cryo,
and get the pistol round for Sentinels.
and then
Narek
Zalsis got
continues to be
away,
super
and
solid
then
for
he
Sentinels
tanked
right now for
Zalsis'
these
flash.
crucial kills.
It was
Now
like the
winning another
big,
pistol.
jewel in the round.
Although the last time they won the pistol
Flashed
in the
himself
first half, they got
twice.
Thrifty
Nah, the
right
second
away.
flash.
So now they want to keep
The
it
second
clean.
flash is Zalsis' flash. I'm
we
like,
just saw a quick buy from Asuna too.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah,
wait to
you
see
had
if
it.
that sticks when we get back. This was crazy from Zalsis.
Yeah,
Last player standing.
it makes sense. You get a plant, sometimes you want to gamble for a stinger buy. Has
Yeah.
worked out for some teams, as we know. But this time it's Asuna. Looks like he's just going to keep a bucket.
double pistol for Sentinels.
Sheriff onto Busio, but it has to be fairly quick somewhere, and it'll be towards Art.
Okay. The dive in, also giving Cryo a chance to get out safe on that right side back towards A. Good bye. Bang doesn't even think twice about that.
Backflipped out of that one.
Oh, the tether timing there is incredible.
Oh my gosh, they're all so low, just trying to get into the site too. Vulnerable down here, and it's not going to help. Quick cleanup from Sentinels as they just go back
very
and
nice
forth
on
on
this.
the members entering the site of
One
100 Thieves.
gun rebuy,
Sentinels
that's it.
grab
Not
round
even
two,
now,
nice
right?
and clean.
Yeah, looks like
Oh, no, it
Asuna is
is,
just
yeah.
really counting on some player
Do they
playing
decide to
towards that
buy?
double box just
Yeah.
down towards Art. So he's slotting just for
Or are
that
they
one
fine
kill
with just taking the
to
hit?
hopefully allow some spacing for 100 Thieves to close through, but
Nah, just
Sentinels
the
did a
Sheriff
great
for
job
another. Okay.
playing so passively
Um,
when he hurt the high
sure.
gear. The
100
sprint
Thieves need
coming
to get
through
like
from
2 in
top
a row.
middle.
Heart
Which allow
Attack Jack
here
with the
just
Prime.
Sentinels to
Thank you
play
for the
further
16
back
months.
against the
Thank you
classics and
for that.
just getting easy kills. Not even allowing 100 Thieves to get a plant. Although the only one suffering from this buy is Asuna from getting a smaller shield with the investment of that Bucky on the previous round that he lost. And they'll try something again, working back towards the arm. But here's a push towards arm A, though.
Rinse and repeat, a little bit stronger at A. Like you said, they get a quick kill coming out of Zekin and start
And
to
the
push
Ray
back.
ended up getting a
Man.
Bucky. Oh my goodness.
So there's art control. They just
Big
keep
fan.
pressuring and
Big fan
flexing
of
to
it.
get mid. And now they can insert so easily.
Thing is, they lost control towards the A side, so Boostio is already down. So no lurks, no inserts. Now it's just bear fighting, trying to close that gap right here onto Narrate. But it looks like Cryo doesn't want to push down towards Art. Just try to meet up with Asuna. It's about to come.
So sketchy. Having a Neon this far back behind the lines. They're trying to figure out how to guard it. At least 2 or 3 people looking
That was
this
a nice
way. You
look
can
from
see
John.
Cutie
Bails
still
him
wondering
out.
if they'll come out the backside there. And now Xander playing with danger here. Zeus is just on the other side of the smoke. There they are to find him, but
Okay.
Zeus still sources a kill right off the
Okay,
bat.
that was
Taken
nice,
down by
but-
Cryo. And it looks like they'll finally have the site. 100 Thieves slowly work their way in, but hurt on the way. Oh my gosh, this is not ending. Not giving each other time to think. Oh, looks to pull
It's
out
an
with one shot, and
incredibly
it's
good
still going to be
bonus,
100
though.
Thieves getting that one. Asuna
Like even
gets
the
Vandal to end
surviving
the
member
round,
has to
a fifth
rebuy
one now for
armor.
100 Thieves, and they may be able
The
to
big
start
rounds.
something now after the
So
bonus.
much damage, yeah, incredible damage. 4 rebuys, 1 armor.
Nice little play right here from Xander, catching Zekin. If it wasn't for him here, it wouldn't allow 100 Thieves to get that split into the B side, especially when it lost Busio so early into the round.
This is
So
the
the
one. Dude, they
continuous
have the
lurks
Fatal
of the
though.
Astra towards
Fatal
long B.
is the difference. Does Sentinels want to try anything aggro, try to get their own ult?
And it seems as though this
Is
time
it- they're
Zelsis
2
doesn't
away.
want to let that happen.
Like 2
So
people, 1
playing
away.
back to his position where he had such a good spot at the pillar. And Sentinels
Dude.
once again not giving a chance for 100 Thieves to
I
even
mean,
set
I'm a
up.
big fan of it. It's only EU that
Quickly making it a single duelist
even can tank a bullet here.
Taking away a lot of the pressure. And what a thoughtful
Dude, it's
buy,
crazy
too, with all
the-
low armors here.
crazy
Sentinels
how
really
much better
thinking
the
about entirety,
outlaw
the state of the game.
usage has
taking
been.
So
Wait,
round by
okay,
round
good.
and looking to make it happen again.
Oh, dude, really? I'm not touching it.
EU actually fires back on Azalsis, a little wayward there with the shots.
Enemy down.
Whoa.
No charges.
Street now getting so much aggression. They got to find a way to get the spike out. EU's not in a great spot, and they're going to be able to take this one down as Sentinels just pressure 100 Thieves out of position. Looks to finalize
this is way better on this map.
Second will grab a 3K
This is
now.
way better on this map.
11 to
100 Thieves, just too many little,
gangs fighting on the streets.
too many little things.
And Sentinel stands up and steps out of that fight, only losing a couple of players in the process. I do respect what they were doing here from the crossfire setup from both Narrate and
There's a couple of players that
Celsius
look
here. He went for the
uncomfy,
jump
for
spot
sure.
just to see that there was one tethered, so he could actually swing out to go for that fight. Then we went back and forth. Narrate found a perfect timing on that spray through the smoke. Did not reel it out here. The flank to come through from the back lines. Now Sentinels are only 2 rounds away from closing it. Off the round with the barriers up. Hero Stinger onto EU instead of
God, looks
giving it
so
to
frustrating
Asuna.
to play at
He's
the
trying to
moment.
play with the Sheriff. But desperate measures to try to hit towards the A site, but every single time towards Art here, Riv, it gets denied.
It's John Cutie the difference. Narrates there just on the right side to help as well, and it looks like it might be the
Yeah,
Stingers
real
make it
clean.
through,
It's like a
and
speed run at the
100
moment.
Thieves get stung. Match
7
point for
chances.
Sentinels.
I don't think this is getting lower. And John's flaming him. Cronin, though, again, thank you so much for the 26 months. 100 Thieves, come on. I mean, it's not their map pick. That's the saving grace at the moment. They did pick Haven, which will be, I mean, we'll see what it's like. Again, outside perspective, I think they probably should have chosen a SEN just purely because they would have had more time. But we have no idea how stuff's going in prax.
I feel like all through all these rounds too, we haven't really seen 100 Thieves try to probe out towards the A side to see what the defense was kind of like. So if this has to be a Hail Mary to finally get into the A site overall with all of these ults, if they forgo and forget who actually plays towards the A side, any type of pressure coming out from Sentinels, that could be a nice little surprise that the defense could bring just to shut down the first map.
Man. Just looking at the alts and what can happen. There's going to be a lot up the next round. Won't even go over them, but it's going to have to be something 100 Thieves uses to get through this. We haven't seen the double duelist get off online because Sentinels keeps it offline. Just about every round they're taking out one of those duelists and making it tougher for 100 Thieves to get into the site.
Yeah, you'd think with the double duelist or Cryo playing onto this Yoru, you
What
have like the
else?
clone pop flashes trying to come through, but it seems as though it's a lot of Prowlers and Asuna slotting towards the art side, but not too much to support the second wave of util needed to enter towards these sites. And Sentinels are doing a great job here. Maybe it's just the fact that they're playing so much further back. And 100 Thieves are playing for the close range fights with the initiator here of EU.
Okay, let's focus on what the plan is after this timeout.
It catches them a little bit off.
So they got a lot of ults to play with. Smoke,
Little flash
smoke
presence from
deep.
Boostio, quick rose over
Baydai
towards
hits
right
the
side.
wall, so it scans
Just so
behind.
Sentinels gets the
But they've
audio
already
cue, and it looks like
cleared.
they're trying to do
But
that
they have
across
to
the
use a
map here,
Prowler
make
they didn't
Sentinels
want to
think
use.
every place is
It's
getting
nicely done
pressured.
from
And you can see
Zelsis,
they're
right?
actually
Yeah,
taking a
nicely
little
done
bit
from
farther back
Zelsis.
line
They
of
wanted to
scrimmage.
send the
Zelsis just
clone out
peeking
towards
out to
long to try
stop
break
the
the
clone, so
wall,
he can't
but
even activate the
Zelsis
wall
managed
too,
to
so that
stop the
wall's gonna
clone,
stay
so
up
wall
here
stays
towards this
up.
B site. So throwback Cryo gets
And
fully denied, and this is
they're going to
perfect
feel
now
like
for
they
Sentinels on the
created pressure
defense.
over towards here, but honestly they haven't done that much, and
There's
they might
Cosmic.
get 3 people in front of the Astra wall.
See how much room this actually gives
We'll
them
see
to
what these
hide.
three
Cryo's
wanna
not going
do.
to be able to find much. They're really going to be on the other side of the wall. He gets 1. And that gives Sentinels a bit of room to hide here.
Yeah, they
could
all got to
come
play on
flying
site though,
through
because
this
Banger's
wall
got ult. So
unexpected.
what do they do?
100
Like Astra
Thieves
ult, make sure they play in front of the ult, Vice ult when they know they're in front.
Out from the defensive side. The best thing here that
Let's see.
they have on 100 Thieves is EU, just to try to counter it back. That's why he's tucked in safe here in the corner, getting ready to pop it back against them.
Oh, one's grabbed. They see that
Did
trail running out
everything.
of sight. Arsenal's gone.
And they can just tap this. Gonna have to guess when to do the Astra. Oh, honestly, you would still hit the
This is
defuse
gonna
though.
be real tough. Everybody's trying to
Spike
tiptoe
gets
around the
tapped,
side
Astra
right
Suck
side
goes
right
in,
now
and
to
this
see
is
who
pure
can get the
chaos,
first
man.
kill. Nobody wants to be that first one. They are just handshaking right now, but it's Sentinels with 4 out of nowhere as they start
Okay,
swinging
really
back
nice
and
from
forth.
Sentinels.
And that's gonna be
Handled this
Zelsis with the
very,
final
very,
one.
very
The
well.
final round in the
Just super
defuse
calm with it.
as Sentinels
All the
take
ults at the
Pearl.
same time.
Dominating
Your
victory
ult,
on the side of
Astra
Sentinels to
ult,
kick things
Fade
off
ult.
here
Lovely,
in
lovely,
this
lovely.
El Clasico, El Clautico between both 100 Thieves and Sentinels.
Okay,
And
I mean,
it
only
was
thing I
an
want to say is I
all
just
along.
hope
You
the
saw some
100 Thieves
great
look
things
better on the
coming out
next
from
map.
both
And it's a little bit
Zelsis
rough to
and
get
Neri,
exposed like this
openers
early
and
on
closers
the
for
map.
the team. Man, they were looking so good here on a map